It's curious how ReZero has been dropping hints about the implicit connection between Subaru and Beatrice, but I feel like the story is just one tiny, and I mean tiny, step away from blowing it and giving their relationship a completely different meaning. Let me explain why I think this. From the very first moment the guy stepped into the mansion, it was revealed that he has a high magical affinity with Beatrice, to the point that the wounds Betty heals are much more effective on Subaru simply because of their compatibility. As they continued living together, it turned out that the very things Subaru loves, like mayonnaise, Betty loves way too much as well. What's next? Subaru doesn't like green vegetables, and therefore Betty doesn't either. Well, that's actually canon. In fact, the first person to notice the similarity in their palates was Rem, who purposely fed Betty different dishes just to see how Subaru's taste buds would react. All of this is without even mentioning another coincidence, that at a certain point in their lives, both ended up confined to a single room, isolating themselves from the outside world. It's also strange to consider how, when Betty was designed, her creator ended up giving her the appearance of a little girl. This might seem like a coincidence at first glance, but when you remember that Subaru is specifically good at getting along with children, well, it's inevitable to think that maybe Betty was made that way on purpose. Perhaps someone expected Subaru and Betty to hit it off so that in the future, the boy could use her companionship to overcome the obstacles in his path. It's not crazy to think this when we consider that Flugel's tree was mysteriously planted many centuries ago and was eventually used to deal the final blow to the white whale. Could it be that Betty and the tree both fall into the category of things Flugel expected Subaru to use in the future? Who knows? I'd like to think Flugel isn't enough of a bastard to use an innocent girl for 400 years. Or at least I would. Until we remember that Flugel used Shala for 400 years, selfishly isolating her in the tower. So, at this point, even I don't know what to believe. Another piece of evidence that reinforces the idea that Betty was made for Subaru is that, in an alternative story, Echidna reveals that the person Betty was waiting for was a man. But who is this man? The concept of that person is what indirectly planted the seeds of loneliness in Beatrice and, in turn, caused so many problems for Subaru in the second season when he was trying to get Bayako out of the mansion. Until we discover the identity of this mysterious man, I think we can keep reviewing the similarities between Betty and Subaru. The fact that they share tastes, personality traits, and magic makes us wonder what other similarities are out there that we haven't noticed yet. Could it be that they even share the same birthday? We know Subaru's birthday is April 1st, but when the author was asked about Betty's date, he said he couldn't reveal it because it would be a spoiler. How on earth is a birthday a spoiler? It makes no sense, unless the date is the same as another important character, or rather, unless the girl's birthday is the same day as Subaru's. Could it be that in the end, Subaru really was the person Betty was waiting for? If that's true, we'll have to re-examine the words he said to her at the end of the second season to see how much the meaning of his speech changes. But remember, this is just a possibility that hasn't been confirmed yet. I've started a series on cut content here on the channel.